Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone had, I guess it could be afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope everyone had a fantastic long weekend and a happy Memorial Day. I hope you got some time to relax, to enjoy yourself, to do something fun, maybe go outside and enjoy the weather. I hope that you really took that time for yourself. I have exciting news. Today is the last summative that we will have uh, for eighth grade. This is your last eighth grade science summative. That's kind of crazy to say. If you're looking at our calendars, we're actually not too far from everyone becoming high schoolers. So I wanted to just take a minute and walk you through what I'm looking for on your physics summative. And then I'll answer a few of those questions that people had along the way. So obviously, I need your email and your name. Tell me which teacher you have. If you're watching this, you're probably Mrs. Beadle. Okay. And then notice there's 5 sections. I will change it so that you can see how far you are. Each section only has 1 or 2 questions. It's trying to get the most basic part of each of the stuff that we learned. So part 1 is forces. Well, technically part 1 is your name. Okay, part 2 is forces. So I've given you a force diagram, and I want you to tell me which way it's going to move. Okay, and then don't forget your label. Same thing here. And then finally, you're matching your arrows to what the force is. I recommend if you're seeing like I have right here, you can kind of pick them out. So force of friction, force of gravity, force of the moving ball, force of the ramp, force of the table. If you need to, turn your iPad from that vertical mode back to the horizontal so it's flat. It should make your screen wide enough that you should be able to see that. And then what are the strongest forces in this scenario? I am referring to this scenario up here, and then explain how you know it. So there's a sentence stem here. You can just type your answer right on it. Next part, you're going to watch the video and then explain what happened in the video. Make sure you're using that key vocabulary. This was really, really similar to the GIFs that we've done, which most everyone who's turned it in has done a fantastic job. You guys are really rocking it. Then we have speed, velocity, and acceleration. Okay, so here is a graph, and then please tell me what's going on. Use our key vocab words. Okay, remember we talked about velocity, acceleration, distance, time. And then last but not least, we have Newton's laws of motion. So I've actually given you all of Newton's laws and a little picture to remember them with. And then I basically want you to tell me what each one of them is trying to be. So what is the first one? What is the second law? What is the third law in your own words? If you want to give me an example to help yourself explain it, that's okay too. So that is the full physics summative. That's our whole last summative. Okay. Obviously, this is all open notes, so you're welcome to use your notebook, pull it out. If you're looking at something like this chart here and you don't remember what's going on, feel free to look back at your notes. Feel free to look at your old assignments. Feel free to look at feedback I've given you. Feel free to look at any of the old work that you and your classmates have done. It really is a time not for you to, none of the answers are super only one answer is right, with the exception of these force labeling one. Other than that, they're pretty open-ended. So there's a lot of correct answers. Notice also I had the vocab words up here. They're really open-ended so that you can answer in the best way that you think you can. It says that it's a 0-point quiz. I'm going back in and I'm going to grade all of them by hand. I will make sure that I send you and release a grade to you when I'm finished so that you do know how well you did, as well as posting them on Infinite Campus by the end of the week. You do have 2 days to do it, so if you wanted to today, just look through it, figure out what you're feeling, what do you need to look back at. I obviously have all those games from last week that you can play back through. You can review the vocab, you can look back at your old assignments today, and then you could take the test tomorrow if you wanted. If you're somebody who's like, I just need to get it done today and I need a break tomorrow, that's totally fine too. All right, I'm really excited to see how you guys do. I have no doubts that you're going to do very well because your formative grades up to this point have shown me that. Keep up the good work, guys. I am so So proud of you.